Hello, Facebook. Okay, so this episode was supposed to be more about a different topic. I like last minute, like I was filming and then I stopped and I refilmed and I stopped again, and it just really came on my spirit that I was supposed to do a completely different webisode than the one I was filming. So today I wanted to talk about, it's actually, I've done this before. I was asked to speak as a guest lecturer at Cal State San Bernardino once for like a motivation leadership class. And one of the three things that they wanted me to talk about was the importance of direction, intensity, and persistence when it comes to like motivating your own life, like creating motivation in your own life. And this was actually a principle that they were learning about in the course. Okay? And I felt really embarrassed at first because I thought that they were missing an absolutely crucial component to motivating your life and to living out the best that you can within your life. And I felt really bad because I felt the professor looked at me kind of like, you know, he's not really going with the curriculum. But I had to do this. I had to mention that before a person can build the skills needed to create success in their life, which is direction, intensity, and persistence, they must be founded on the root of a purpose. As I said before, I think that like every human being has a purpose. Every single person, because they exist, comes with a purpose. And I think that our mission in life is to discover what that purpose is. One of my favorite books of all time, which anyone who knows me knows this, is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And the book centers around a young boy who is in the discovery phases of figuring out what his purpose is. And I feel that discovering our purpose is absolutely crucial. And until you can discover what your purpose is, you aren't really living out the fullest extent of your life. And what purpose is, for me, is this mission or this pre-written destiny in which you were meant to contribute to the world, a contribution that you were meant to make to the human condition. That's what I feel like purpose is. We all discover our purposes at different times. I think sometimes people feel like, you know, I'm in my late 20s or my early 20s and I feel lost and scattered because I'm not exactly sure why I'm here, what I am meant to do, and what my reason for living is. And I know that for me, I was discovering my purpose, missed my purpose, and then rediscovered it again. It was really interesting because now, through my nonprofit, through TruLessons, and through other projects that I do, I have discovered that my purpose is to work in creating a platform on different types of medias that will allow people to hear the things that I've experienced, hear the things that other people have experienced, and that we can come together as a collective to share and exchange knowledge and understanding and wisdom. And that is the foundation, as I mentioned before, of TruEvolution. And when I was about 14, 15 years old, I was a part of a paramilitary high school leadership program, all through the LAPD. And, you know, throughout the whole 4 years, the whole intention of the program was to cultivate future law enforcement officers. And so I thought that that's what I was supposed to do. I loved the program. It was great. It was amazing. It gave me some of the best experiences of my leadership development. And it really cultivated me and gave me the foundation for the understanding and knowledge that I have today. So I thought I meant to be in law enforcement. I meant to be a police officer, and specifically I wanted to be an FBI agent. Furthest from the truth. What I found was in this paramilitary program, which structured on a peer-to-peer hierarchy in which the students were in charge of their peers. What I came to find in my junior year of high school was that my real passion was talking to people. My passion was to share my knowledge and understanding of the leadership training I had received with my peers. That was just this enthralling excitement for me. And I even remember in my junior year, it was like May, I went to the coordinator of our program, and I told her that I wanted to launch my own leadership program within the program. And I called it LIT, Leaders in Training. And I wanted to create a core of students that I could work with and that other people at my rank could work with to train the next batch of leaders. This was when I was about 15, 16 years old. This was like all I wanted to do. Train wreck, total disaster. It just didn't work. And they even actually gave me the freedom to put on this program, which was amazing because I'm 15 years old and they actually gave me access to resources to do this. And it just didn't work. I just didn't have the experience or the knowledge to fully take off this program. But what I did learn when I walked away from it was that it was a strange satisfaction, a passion. It placed me in a space that felt home. It felt natural for me to be in that space, in that position of teaching. And years later, throughout college, I strayed away from that. I ended up going on to public relations, marketing, political science. I went on to pursue a dream in the district attorney's office. I wanted to become I came into college as a computer science major originally before I even transferred. I just went through a series of trying to discover my purpose. And it was about in my end of my freshman, towards the middle of my sophomore year, during that span of time, did I finally begin to understand and rediscover that my purpose is meant to help other people discover what their purposes are. And I do that by communicating my leadership skills and communicating life experiences that I've had in my very brief 22, almost 23 years of life. In those very brief years, there was a lot of knowledge crammed in those years. And I feel like if we all can find a way to tap into the space that feels right for us. Sometimes people feel like it needs to be the space that we're passionate about, that it's the space that makes us the most amount of money, or it's something that we're good at. And all those things are great. And when you can discover your purpose, all those things will fall in line. But you must discover what the differences are between your passion and your purpose. Not everyone's passion is meant to be their purpose, but you will always find passion within your purpose. I believe firmly that purpose is the womb in which dreams are conceived. And I believe that when you can find that space of comfortability, that space of rich, organic feelings and emotions and excitement and joy, that space in which you feel like you are living out the best of yourself, when you can discover that, the rest of your world will come into alignment. It even says in the Bible, seek the kingdom of God first, and all else shall be provided unto you. And for me, what I feel that means is the kingdom of God represents not only a physical place, but a spiritual place. And that spiritual place is that space within inside yourself that God dwells, that space in which your purpose lives. And when we can seek out that purpose, that kingdom, when we can seek out that space, when we strive for what we are meant to do within this world and the vehicle in which we are meant to communicate to the world what we are meant to offer, when we can discover that space, the rest of your world will come into alignment. Everything else will begin to make sense. Your finances, your academic goals, your entrepreneurial goals, everything will start to make a full circle effect. And many times, you need to ask yourself, what is the present conditions of your life today? The conditions and the way you are living your life today holds within it signs of what your purpose is meant to be. Your purpose is already in existence. It's already in motion, okay? And that's one thing that I learned from The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho's book, is that our purpose is already in motion, that we are already We are already in effect living it. It is our job to discover it, though. Because though it's there, we don't always see what our purpose is. And it's your job to discover what that is. And once you can discover it, own it, and live it out, then is when you are living out the truest and fullest extent of your life, and the rest of your world will come into alignment. And I think that's very important. So, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And always remember, when you educate a mind and when you create a leader, you plant the seeds of infinite possibilities for social change.